We're back on how to be a millionaire, and this is James Ola again with Mr. David from Mr. David Wynn from AmWest Funding. Mr. David, my first question after the break is, what is a seller carryback on a real estate transaction?
Okay, so seller carryback in a real estate transaction is something that basically when you purchase a property, the seller will become the lender or the person who will, who keep the mortgage and you will pay to them. So that's called seller carryback. Seller carryback sometimes could work on, brilliantly. I'm working on a transaction right now for a seller carryback for a very famous, real estate brokers in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And the seller, when you buy a home in Hollywood Hill, they normally will be very wealthy. And sometimes the seller want to do the carryback because they want to sell the house quickly. In this case, is they want to sell the house quickly. So the seller willing to carry back about 50% of the mortgage.
Wow, 50%.
Yeah.
Should a seller generally take that kind of offer?
Most seller won't. Traditionally, most sellers don't do that. The reason being because when they try to sell the house, they need to get the money to purchase the next house. In some cases, like the one I just mentioned, the seller is very wealthy, so they make it easier and they want to sell it quick, so they carry it back. But normally in seller carry back, there will be like a time frame of how long the buyer need to pay that back. Sometime a few months, sometime 6 months, sometime a year. For a seller carryback within Orange County community or Vietnamese community, I do a lot to help people to purchase a house. And sometime the seller willing to sell, the buyer is willing to buy, and we have to use these method, really creative method outside of the box to to bring both sides to the table. Yeah, I see. To make it happen.
Can and should you pay off? Should one pay off a 30-year loan early?
God, it depends on their strategy, right? So in my 12 years of doing loans now, mortgage now, people who kept their loan more than 15 years is probably less than 5 that I have seen. Less than 5. I mean, and the thousands of loans, because traditionally, I mean,
5, not 5%.
5 people. And like 5 people in my hand right here. Mm-hmm. Less than 5. That is kept more than 15 years. The reason being because things change, life change. Events change. For example, most people refinancing or sell their houses between 3 years to 7 years. It could be because I believe in people that is always have something called upward moving mobility, because we want to do things better tomorrow than today, right? I mean, that's what most people do. That's why we go work. That's why we do things in life. We want tomorrow is better than the day have passed. And because of that, guess what? People get promotions. You could be a student, you just graduate, and now you met some girls, and you create a family. Your income just become double. And prior to the marriage, you only have one house, or you're not buying any house yet. But then you get married, and then you get to a house, and then you start to have kids. Guess what happened? Mm-hmm. Your kids want more rooms. Uh-huh. So you're gonna sell your 2-bedroom apartment, and then you're gonna go buy, 3-bedroom homes or 4, and so on.
Sure. So speaking of 30-year loans, Anna Real Estate has a condo for sale that is perfect for a first-time home buyer. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-garage condo, 1 block from Westminster Avenue, and really great. It's only 2-minute walk from the Northgate Market, which is a fabulous market, as well as the Little Caesars Pizza. Who doesn't want to be walking distance from pizza? New windows, new AC, and new furnace. The asking price is $540,000. Something interesting which I'd like to mention about this condo is that it's the market and the pizza, both of them, you don't have to walk across any busy streets to get to them. You just walk out the condo and it's 2 minutes around the corner, which is really great. Please call me, James, at 714-305-7851 if you'd like to see this condo with such a wonderful location. Situated on a tree-lined street, really beautifully manicured grounds, but next to the supermarket. Wow. If you're out there in the audience and you want to buy it before anybody else, please let me know. Mr. David, how does one train to become a loan officer?
To become a loan officer, first thing you have to pass the license. There is technically no, there's school that you study online or in person. You have to study for somewhere between 20 to 40 hours and then spend another 100 to 200 hours minimum on studying for the test. But you have to pass the licensing test for the federal, for national, and then for the local state that you're in.
I see. What are the first steps in applying for a mortgage? After calling you, of course.
So the every single loan, when you're applying for a mortgage, there will be a loan application that a borrowers need to, or the buyers need to complete. It basically on that form details, your name, your personal information, the address where you live in the past 2 years, and then your job history for the past 2 years. And once that's done, you will need to supply the document to validate that. Basically, it is your pay stub, your W-2, your tax returns, and then your bank statements. And to show that, because when you buy a house, traditionally you have a down payments somewhere between 3 to 20% or more, with the exception for if you are a veteran. So thank you for your service. Veterans, we do have program that allow that you can buy with the backup of the veteran affair. Basically, that you can buy the house with zero down payment. So those programs available for veterans.
I see. And how can one use leverage in real estate in order to become a millionaire?
Leverage is everything. It's there's a lot of books about this. A lot of people talks about how to leverage, because the first thing people keep saying, and you probably have heard it too, is in business is how you make money is by using somebody else's money. Mm-hmm. So that is how people leverage on real estate. The thing about this leverage is, for example, traditionally Vietnamese, I would say the previous generations that is been living in our country for a while, people, the way you invest in real estate is you have, per se, if this house is 1 million, you have to have $1 million in cash in the bank, not cash, but money in the bank to pay for that at one time. You only buy one house. But now, utilizing the financial tools to leverage, that 1 million could turn into 3 houses or 4 houses. And by the next 10 or 20 years, all of those property will be paid off. So technically, instead of only own one house, you own 4 houses. And that 3 house extra, that is the leverage that you can grow wealth faster. So that's how people leverage. And also the bank, when they lend the money to you, they do the math. And Orlando, like me, when we lend the money to buyers, we do the math and make sure that the investment has to be sound. I
see. What are the physical problems of a house that might prevent a loan from going through?
Physical problem of the house that depends on where we are, James. So, for example, if you're buying a house in Florida, mm-hmm. right? Florida, because there's a lot of rains, a lot of storm and tornado and things like that coming, and the roof has to be, within 15 years old of age. If the roof is more than 15 years old, the problem is you can't buy insurance, and when you cannot buy insurance, or insurance is too much, costs a lot.
I see. Are there special lending circumstances that relate just to Southern California?
Not really. There isn't much of a restriction in anywhere, because when lending there's no red tape. There is in certain area outside of California. Certain state there's red tape. If you are people of color like me, or if you're black, then you might get red tape from certain bank, and a lot of bank get issues. Even here, actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. Even here, there's another bank pretty well known in Los Angeles County, and they get zapped for red taping, meaning they make it difficult or prohibit people of color to make mortgage loan.
Oh, what happens if a house does not have a permit for, say, an ADU or an addition that someone is trying to get a mortgage for with you?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
So a few years ago, it is a big problem because everyone in Orange County would have a converged garage or an unpermitted ADU. Nowadays, it's become less and less. So technically, when you have a property like that, if you don't have a permit, the value of the additional will not be count towards the value of the house. And then sometime certain houses, I would say, for example, legally in California as a whole, and including Orange County, one house you will have one main house and one ADU. That's what allow. Sometimes people will add another JADU. JADU is new in California, and keep in mind some other state they have no concept of AADU. Florida recently just passed, maybe about a month ago, laws regarding about ADU. So those are really new. California, good thing we are the pioneer in real estate market. Truly. And other states look up to us.
Well, what next I have to say will not be music to the ears of a loan officer, but that potential buyer with cash might want to know. Someone who doesn't want to pay the $1.2 million which the average house in Orange County goes for these days, or also doesn't want to put down 20% for one. Someone who has under $200,000 in cash and wants a place with parking. The building is theirs. The land is leased. You guessed it, out there in the audience, it's a mobile home. Yesterday, James has a new listing on the west side of Santa Ana on the Garden Grove line. This mobile home is listed at $139,000. You pull into the park. The unit is the second one on the right across from the swimming pool and the guest parking. And speaking of pool, there's a clubhouse where there's a pool table. It's 55 plus and located not far from Our Lady of Lavang Church and the Bode Temple.
I think so. I think I know what it is, yeah.
Temple. You can walk right around the corner to the Pacific Market and the Cozy Corner Cafe. Sounds cozy, and I'm the one to call if you want to see it. It's easy to see. Call me, James, and we can usually see it right away. James's phone number is 714-305-7851. Cash only, please. And again, that's $139,000. And if you want to sell your house with Anna Real Estate, we advertise here on TV, radio, magazine, flyers. After buying a house for cash, do buyers then come to you who want to pull out the money, and why would they want to do that?
Certain people do that. As a matter of fact, I'm actually doing a lot of that for clients right now, because when you pay off the house, right, you're basically sitting on a bank that does not give you any money in terms of you don't grow interest on it. So a lot of people who want to invest or buying new businesses or buying more houses with cash out on all of that equity on the bank that does not produce any money. So people do that. For example, if you have one house that is worth $1 million and now you want to buy another house, technically you can withdraw between $400,000 to $500,000 from that house and use it to leverage buy another house, and both houses will be paid for themselves. The new tenants for both houses will pay for both property.
I see. And Mr. David, you had mentioned before about VA loans for a first-time home buyer. I understand this is a fantastic idea if you're in the military or a veteran. Can someone with a green card get a VA loan?
Someone with a green card can get a VA loan, possible if that person with the green card and in the military, and he has to be discharged with honorary discharge. There's a situation that a lot of young people do that. Actually, friends of mine, he has a green card for many years, and he went to the military to fast track his green card to get a citizenship, and yeah, he's now qualified for VA.
So no money down potentially with a VA loan?
Correct.
No PMI?
Correct.
And any other favorable terms for a VA loan?
So VA loan...
Easier credit maybe?
Yes, easier credit. It doesn't penalize the buyer as much. For example, like when you have a lower credit score, obviously your interest rate or your cost for everything else will be higher.
What's the minimum credit score for a VA loan?
VA loan, the one that we do most popular would be about 620 and up.
Okay, great. 620. Okay, so audience members, Uncle Sam wants you. and he's willing to give you a great house loan if you do. See you after the break.